From the High Definition Production Center of Troy University's Broadcast and Digital Network and Troy campuses around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Weekly.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Weekly. We're glad you joined us for this look at what's happening in and around Troy University. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Well, it may be the off-season for Trojan football, but the rest of the Sun Belt Conference has some news to share with the rest of the country. The conference has been moving towards a new plan for the 2018 season. Ryan Renfro takes a look at the future of Sun Belt Conference football.
The Sun Belt Conference has announced a new edition for football. Starting in 2018, the conference will hold its first ever football championship game. In recent years, a conference needed at least 12 teams in 2 divisions. But now a new change in the rules has given Troy 2 options: a round robin consisting of 9 conference games, or 2 divisions where the 2 top teams from each division face off in the championship game.
Exciting times. I think it's a great decision as a conference to move in that direction, and I think it allows us to provide a great opportunity for our student athletes where they've got an opportunity to compete on the field for a championship, which is always what you want to do.
Sun Belt Conference presidents, chancellors, and athletic directors voted unanimously in favor of the 2018 championship game. And with the newest edition, the Trojans are excited about the decision.
I think it's a natural step that we need to take as a conference. It's going to be an exceptional experience for our student athletes to be able to go and compete in a championship game, and all the circumstance that goes around that, and just to have one true champion within our league.
And as for the Trojans, winning and being the #1 seed will open up the opportunity to host the championship game.
Well, I have a great vision of doing that and seeing a packed Veterans Memorial Stadium. So that means great things for us here on campus, great things for the community. But I think too, again, for our student athletes, it's something to shoot for. It's an opportunity to kind of put that goal out there and strive to get to that point. But I would love to see the day when we get a chance to host that game.
By the end of 2017, New Mexico State and Idaho will wave goodbye to the Sun Belt Conference, and Coastal Carolina will be welcomed in. Ryan Renfro, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The Trojan football team will hit the field for the first time this year on September 3rd against Austin Peay. While the start of the football season is still a few months away, a big part of the in-game experience is already making preparations for the fall. The Sound of the South is working with high school marching bands this week to help them perfect their skills for next season. Rachel Wilkerson has the details.
All this week, high school band students from all over the nation are in Troy for the Sound of the South Summer Music Leadership Camp. The program has been going on for 45 years, originated by Dr. Long. Students are instructed by alumni that have been a part of the Sound of the South program. Mark Walker explains what exactly the camp is.
We have roughly 600 participants on campus, and they are in the concert band. We have a drum line. We've got color guard, majorette dancers, and drum major classes.
The students are divided into groups across campus to practice separately to prepare for what is to come on Thursday.
Our final show is in Sartain Hall on Thursday. Band will play a concert, and then the drum majors will perform, the color guard will perform, the drumline will perform, and then the majorettes and dancers will also perform.
Troy University's 5-day band camp has taught students how to have better technique, as well as being able to march in heavy equipment, such as this right here.
At first, it hurts because you're still kind of tired and half asleep carrying the drum, and it sits right here, like right above your waist. So all the strain's on your lower back, but after a while, like your muscles start to relax, and then it gets a little bit easier.
The camp ended with a performance by all of the participants on Thursday afternoon. Well, incoming freshmen got a look at what Troy University has to offer this week in the first of the summer's Impact Orientation sessions. In the sessions, students were able to get to know their new home away from home. Nathaniel Rodriguez has the story.
Impact sessions are back on at Troy University, and incoming students are getting to know the campus more intimately. Incoming freshmen will spend 2 days learning about the university and planning their schedules.
Impact is like this awesome opportunity for freshmen to come in and get a chance to live in the dorms, get to learn about the campus, get to network with each other. It's just a lot of things going on within the course of 2 days to get to register for the classes. It's just a lot of things going on.
Crutcher says that the interaction he has had with students has been enjoyable so far.
The students are awesome. Like, they're always asking a lot of good questions, but it's just good, and it's challenging me to remind myself of what all I know about Troy, because they ask so many interesting and intriguing questions.
One incoming freshman said that the session has been beneficial to her college career already.
I am enjoying it very well, and I'm excited to go into the different clubs and aspects to learn throughout the day. I have learned that it's a friendly environment, and they have a lot to offer for the programs that I'm going into, which is music education.
Director Jacob Grant says that the impact sessions also benefit the university in a way besides from boosting organization numbers.
I mean, this is a time for the students to really buy into Troy, and we're selling that Trojan pride. And so the core of our energy is, really selling that Trojan pride and getting the next generation of Trojans, really believing in this university and what it stands for. And so that's where the real benefit for this university comes from.
There will be 9 more sessions over the course of the following months for freshmen, along with 2 more sessions for transfer students. Nathaniel Rodriguez, Troy, TrojanVision News.
2 two-day impact sessions are held each week throughout the summer, ending in July. And some area youngsters got some championship-level education on the sport of basketball this week. The Trojan women's basketball coaching staff passed on their knowledge to some little dribblers. Samantha Charles has the details.
Meet the Little Dribblers.
It's our Little Dribblers camp. It's what we call our Little Dribblers camp. It's for ages pre-K through 4th grade, 5th grade, some 5th graders in there. But it's just a little kids camp. Mainly, the main focus is to have fun, learn a little bit of basketball along the way. It's been great.
They even got the chance to work alongside the Troy women's basketball players and coaches.
Our players are here. Some of them sprinkle in after they finish with classes, but our players have been doing a great job with the kids. We've done a lot of different things. They've taken team pictures with our players. We just did a little run out where we did a little mock run out where they announce the kids' names and they run out like our players do in Trojan Arena. We've played all kind of different games with them, so it's been really fun.
At the camp, the kids learned a variety of skills, and clearly, I need some help.
The priority is to have fun. Obviously, just bring them in, have fun, show them what kind of all the cool things we have here, and also just learn some basketball. We're going to work on all the basic fundamentals like shooting, passing, dribbling. We'll work on some defensive stuff, but mostly just make sure they have fun.
So watch out, Troy men's and women's basketball teams. The Little Dribblers are back. Samantha Charles, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The Little Dribblers camp is only one of many camps for young athletes held by Trojan Athletics this summer. For information on additional camps, you can visit their website at troytrojans.com. Well, last week, Troy University played host to the Alabama Governor's Youth Leadership Forum, where students with disabilities learned leadership skills. And Thursday afternoon, the delegates were rewarded for all of their hard work. Samantha Charles has the details.
Nearly 30 high school students with disabilities were on the campus of Troy University this week to participate in the Alabama Governor's Youth Leadership Forum, or YLF, which helps students transition from high school into the workforce or post-secondary education.
A lot of these students that come, and are usually about 35 students, they're from all over the state. These students learn several things. One, they learn just what they can do. Another thing is, it's a first time away from home for some of them.
They took part in many leadership exercises and seminars, but made sure to have some fun while doing so.
It's not just workbooks and worksheets and training, but we went to a Biscuits game on Sunday night, which we had a good time there. And yesterday we got to visit the Capitol. We went on a Capitol tour of the Capitol, and we got to go to the State House where they had an opportunity to vote on some mock legislation. And so they learned about the government through this. And then the tour of the Capitol, we got our picture made on the steps of the Capitol, which is always, a highlight of the week for the students.
After the week came to a close, students gathered with family and friends for a graduation ceremony.
Parents are here, there's grandparents here, and in the background you can even hear clapping as we're listening to this. So all the kids get up and they're kind of introduced and their leaders talk about them and different recognitions.
This was the 18th annual YLF Forum hosted by Troy University. Samantha Charles, Troy, TrojanVision News.
We're going to take a short break, but when we return, we'll take a look at how the city of Troy plans on improving their downtown area. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
This is Dr. Jack Hawkins. He's the Chancellor of Troy University and a veteran. One of his proudest achievements is serving those who serve and helping active duty military and veterans complete degrees that will build great careers. That's the warrior spirit, and it's alive and well at Troy University. Feel it at troy.edu/spirit.
America is great because it's full of freedom, but it's also full of gun accidents.
Sorry.
Of course, your gun is safe, but maybe other people get distracted because America is so full of handsome movie stars and delicious hamburgers. The problem is, too much stuff is getting shot by accident, like toddlers and full-grown people. But you can help. After using a firearm, one should clear the chamber, then check the chamber, then check it again. If there's a safety, put it on, then lock it up.
My bad.
I want to thank you for not being an American who leaves their firearms in the couch cushions or on a ledge above the playpen. You may not need this message, but somebody out there does. So please, pass it on. America is counting on you.
Now back to Troy Trojan Vision News Weekly.
Starting this week, Troy residents have the opportunity to share their own vision of the future of the square in downtown Troy. Ryan Renfro took a visit to the square to find out more about that vision and what businesses residents would like to see come to Troy.
The Olive Garden, that would be nice. That'd be a good one to come here.
It may not be safe to say ask and you shall receive, but adding a restaurant such as the Olive Garden to Troy will soon be up for discussion. On Thursday night, Troy residents will have the opportunity to share their input with city leaders on what businesses they believe should be added to the square in downtown Troy. The discussion marks the beginning of the city's downtown plan.
The purpose of a plan is to get a unified vision for everyone in Troy, for what they want to see in downtown Troy. Not one person can make a plan or a vision. It needs to be a collaborative effort of everyone.
The revitalization of downtown Troy includes enhanced streetscapes and improved parking. And one local business owner says the downtown plan will help the square reach its potential.
I feel like an important first step to getting where we want to be is encouraging more businesses to come to downtown Troy. It just has such charm and potential, you know, like we just really want to see that explored.
They just need to branch out. Like, you know, get something that you don't have to go all the way to Dothan or Montgomery to get. I mean, you can just come to Troy. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a big expanding. They just need to have more things for kids to do, family-oriented, you know, a variety.
Thursday night's discussion will pave the way for a workshop and open studio in July. And as far as the current timeline goes, the final plan is set to be presented in September. And who knows, maybe we'll see the Olive Garden in the near future.
For information on future meetings relating to the Vision 2026 project, you can visit the City of Troy's webpage at troyal.gov. And while residents will have to wait a while for the fruits of the Vision 2026 meetings, there's still currently plenty to do on the square in downtown Troy. Last Thursday, Troy residents hit the square for the first brown bag luncheon of the summer. Ryan Renfro has the details.
The square in downtown Troy came alive on Thursday afternoon with the first Brown Bag Festival of the summer. Visitors and residents of Troy enjoyed their afternoon kicking back and relaxing under some shade, and were even given a prepared lunch. A lunch that came in, you guessed it, a brown bag.
It's a great quality of life type event, and it also gives them a chance to, you know, just to get outside, to mingle, to enjoy one another.
One Trojan in charge of the event says the festival has been known to Troy for some time now. And if you ask her about the festival, she'll say there's a good reason as to why it stuck around for so long.
Probably for the last 15 years, and it has grown, and it's just a great way for you can just grab lunch and come downtown and just enjoy the fellowship.
Good music, beautiful Troy weather, and hot dogs. Does it get any better than this? And if you thought that the Brown Bag Festival was going to stop, well, think again. It continues on for the rest of the summer.
The next one is on June 23rd. So we invite everybody to come down and just enjoy beautiful downtown Troy.
One resident in attendance shares what he loves most about the Brown Bag Festival.
Every year, I look forward to Brown Bag on the Square. It's a time where the community, we come together, dance, eat, and just a time of fellowship and fun. Everybody just come together. Unity, just look at the crowd. We're having a great time. The weather's perfect, so it's a time that people look forward to in the community.
Though the summer will eventually come to an end, the festival will continue on into the fall. Ryan Renfro, Troy, TrojanVision News.
If you missed last week's Brown Bag Luncheon, you'll get your chance for a brown bag on Thursday, June 23rd. Well, Troy is made up of students whose main priority should be going to class and getting an education. But that doesn't mean they don't have other interests or talents. Ryan Renfro introduces us to a student who enjoys sharing his musical abilities.
He's a student at Troy University. And you may have even seen him working the front office at a local apartment complex.
Thanks for calling the Age of Troy. This is Taylor.
But who is Taylor Weeks?
I'm the country guy.
After our interview, I will agree he is the country guy, and his country personality brings his true passion to life. It began as a CD, a Christmas gift to his grandmother, and that CD would lead to Weeks performing inside the local Sweet Home Baptist Church.
First time was nerve-wracking. I was more nervous than anything.
When it comes to singing in his church, Weeks will be the first to tell you he was shy. But little did he know his days singing in front of his church audience would lead to performances up on the stage.
The nerves kind of went away. It was just excitement, especially when you're playing to a crowd that's really paying attention into it, and you can tell they enjoy what you're playing. That's when it's the best.
Weeks has performed with bands such as Troy University's Populous Band and Ensemble, a community college band based in Andalusia, Alabama. And as for why this country guy sings, his answer is pretty simple.
I just love doing it. I love learning new songs and trying to get better at the ones that I already know how to play. It's just something that whenever I'm tired of everything else, I still want to go play the guitar and sing and play for people.
And as for his future, Weeks dreams of returning to work with the ensemble. And if Nashville came knocking, well,
that'd be great too, man.
He wouldn't mind that either. Ryan Renfro, Troy, TrojanVision News.
We're going to take another quick break, but when we come back, we'll hear some offerings from our friends at Troy Public Radio. So don't touch that dial.
If a child with autism is missing, immediately search places that pose the most danger, such as nearby water and busy streets. For more ways to help, visit missingkids.com/aware.
The warrior spirit, it's in there. Always has been. Now let it out and take the world by fire. Train well and learn what it means to be a Troy Trojan. Walk with confidence, conquer, claim territory, and climb ladders. Know that you have the power to stand alone, but the comfort of knowing that you'll never have to. Discover your inner warrior. Find it at troy.edu/spirit.
Oh, it's gonna be great. I think it goes around.
Let's go. We gotta get you in practice.
And it's set.
Now back to Troy TrojanVision News Weekly.
Each week we take some time to hear some of the work done by our broadcast partners at Troy Public Radio. As we do each week, we'll get another sample of Talk of Troy, the student-produced newscast of Troy Public Radio. Let's take a listen.
It's the Talk of Troy. Voices and sounds from the campuses of Troy University. I'm Nashade Ramus. A Troy University senior was recently selected as a recipient of a full fellowship that will allow her to pursue a master's degree in Russia, and she recently shared her plans with producer Sharnique McEachern. Bree Alloway is brushing up on all things Russian in preparation for a 2-year master's program in political science, which she will travel to Russia to complete.
I think I'll learn more about all the history that I would like to know that I don't know.
Alloway says the class she took with political science professor Michael Slobodchikov helped her see that Russia and America are more similar than people think.
I was the vice president of a Russian club. I got a little bit of Russian culture in class, outside of class.
To learn more about Bree Alloway and the fellowship from the Carmel Institute of Russian Culture and History, visit troy.edu/news. For the Talk of Troy, I'm Sharnique McEachern. If you've ever wanted to learn to play the piano, Troy has a course for you. It's called Instant Piano, and it starts on June 21st on the Dothan campus. Michael McMillan, the instructor, has been teaching the class for 16 years.
What they will learn will enable them to play any popular song on a piano or keyboard.
Students need to have a basic knowledge of notes and the treble clef, and McMillan will teach the students major and minor chords.
We start them out with some basic, simple songs of like Down in the Valley and When the Saints Go Marching In. And then the final song in the book is by Joplin's The Entertainer.
The age range for the Instant Piano course is 15 and up, and more information can be found at troy.edu/continuing education. I'm Nashady Ramus, and you've been listening to The Talk of Troy, a production of Troy Public Radio.
Throughout the week, Troy Public Radio can be heard on 89.9 in Troy and Montgomery, 88.7 in Dothan, and 91.7 in Phoenix City. Well, it's time for our last break, but when we return, we'll learn about how you can nominate someone to be one of Troy University's Alumni of the Year. We'll have that information for you right after this.
All right, I know this isn't any fun to talk about, but we should. Okay, so who's gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice.
And I'll try to get the generator going without any gas.
Oh, let's not forget the cell phones, which probably won't work.
Right.
And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
Well, I think we couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Now back to Troy TrojanVision News Weekly.
Troy University is looking for nominees for Alumni of the Year. In this week's Trojan Talk, we learn how to nominate someone for this year's honor. Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll be learning about the Alumni of the Year nominations taking place here at Troy University. My guest today, Director of Alumni Affairs here at Troy University, Faith Ward. Faith, thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me.
And we're talking about the Alumni of the Year nominations at this point. You'll be giving them out a little bit later this year, but tell us a little about the Alumni of the Year awards and why you give them out.
Well, we give them out to honor alums that have done great things for Troy University, that are always continuously helping us advance Troy, and we want to recognize them for their efforts. So we take nominations, and July 1st we close the nominations, and we have an Alumni of the Year committee within our alumni board, and they choose a slate from the nominations that we receive, and then our alumni board votes on those, and then homecoming day we honor those.
And so get a chance for a special homecoming for a couple of individuals there. And now you said you honor 4 of these individuals each year.
Yes.
And now who all is eligible to be nominated for one of these awards?
Well, anyone is eligible, whether you're an alum or not. We
Okay.
have an honorary category for people that have maybe themselves or their company have done something really good for Troy University. And so we honor those people in that way with an honorary alumnus of the year. And then we have the other that are the distinguished alumni of the year that are actually alums. Sometimes we have all distinguished and no honorary, and sometimes we have an honorary.
So it's interesting that you can not technically have a degree from Troy, but be honored in this way.
Right,
and there
right.
and there have been some individuals, some notable individuals that have been honored with the honorary alumni
Dr.
award.
Hawkins being one of those, yes.
So you would think, that someone like that does a lot for the university, so obviously
absolutely.
deserves a recognition
Very
for
deserving.
it. So anyone out there who may not have had the privilege of getting a Troy degree, but has adopted Troy as their
Yes.
university family,
Yes.
has a chance to be recognized in this way. And so tell about the process, about the nomination process and what someone needs to do. If there's someone out there that's thinking they need to be honored, what do they need to do?
Right.
So.
Well, we have the nominations on the website, on our alumni webpage. We also emailed them to everyone. I can email one to anyone that did not get a copy if they'd like, or they could call the alumni office and we can mail them one. But it's easy to nominate. It's a one-page nomination form. And if they know of anyone deserving, please get in touch with us and nominate those folks.
And normally every year, about how many nominations do you normally receive?
On an average, about 20 per year.
Okay.
But what we also do is we have so many nominated that, we go back 3 years.
Okay.
And those that were not considered, in those last 3 years, we re-up those as well in our process.
And so, and then once again, you said that you'll honor these people during homecoming. So it makes it a special homecoming for everyone involved, but a chance to make it special for those 4 individuals. And I know that the big deal is made of these people when they come back. So kind of talk about the events leading up to and what the presentation of the awards for the individuals.
Okay. Once you're you're nominated and then you're chosen. Then the Alumni Association notifies everyone that they're Alumni of the Year. We bring them back for the whole weekend, put them up in a hotel. On the Friday evening before homecoming, they're honored at the Chancellor's home with a dinner. And the next morning, we have an Alumni of the Year breakfast. Then we take them to the parade, put them on the reviewing stand, bring them to the alumni box, and take them out on the field at halftime and honor them. And then the last 4 years, we've had a scholarship ball. And so we also take them to the scholarship ball on Saturday evening, and there again, they get to be honored.
They become basically Troy royalty for the weekend.
Absolutely.
They get paraded all over town and a chance for everyone to see what it's like. And maybe give some folks some aspirations to do things to make them Alumni of the Year. So.
Well, and to date, we've honored 143. We started this process in 1955. So we've honored 143 alums or honorary alums. And we're looking forward to 4 great candidates this coming year.
All right, and now for anyone out there who's thinking about maybe not necessarily the awards, but they're just wanting to become an alum. Obviously, this is your chance to do a little bit of selling for Alumni Affairs
well,
there.
First you see my pen. This is a lifetime pen. And so anyone can have one of those. It's $500 for a single or $750 for a couple. And then, of course, we have annual memberships that are $25 a year. Very, very affordable.
And obviously, another thing with those memberships, there are some privileges, especially when it comes to game day. So some big perks when you come for that.
Well, every tailgate that we have at home, and this year we'll have 6 football games and 6 tailgates at home. And then we'll have several away games, which this year I know for sure we're doing Clemson, we're doing Southern Miss, and also South Alabama. Those we know for sure, the away games. So you get to eat for free at all of those. 20% off at the Barnes & Noble bookstore on any day in any purchase except textbooks, of course.
All right, well, it sounds like a good opportunity for folks to get some special perks, but also be honored by the university. Looking forward to some good nominees this year. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk. And that's what happened on the third week of June 2016. To find out what's happening throughout the week, you can tune into Troy TrojanVision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30, Monday through Thursday, or at any time by following us on Twitter at Troy TV News. Also, you feel free to like our Troy TrojanVision News fan page on Facebook to see links to online content from Troy TrojanVision News. We hope you join us again next week for another edition of Troy TrojanVision Weekly. Have a good week.